up for 2 days.
This meeting of the mayor and board of the city of Cleveland, town session. You want to have the meetings come forward and drop your votes.
Reverend, will you open us with prayer?
Father, we thank you for the goodness and mercy of the day. We thank you for the blessing of this community. We pray for the gentlemen, Lord, and for the business citizens.
Amen. Amen.
Go ahead.
Can I
Tom.
tag something onto that? I just
Please.
wanted to say, the new sidewalk, of course, are y'all taking compliments tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. The new
Beautiful.
sidewalk on Court Street, looks wonderful. The
Right.
company that did them has done an excellent job. And I just want to say.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's a very
Appreciate
good
it.
thing.
Appreciate that, bro.
Thank you.
They're good by each side. High school, they do want to. And the fix the start. From
Yeah.
from Delta State. Coach Pine.
We got more walking.
Yeah, it's a lot of
That's
walking.
fantastic.
You look out here.
I'm sick of that. One of them's gonna,
Uh,
one of them.
We have a business, it's Richardson. Richardson, if you'll come forward.
Behind the well. Like,
Right,
how you?
This is my second time coming.
We all the way.
Came here on the 6th. The fellow came out of, is that? I apologize, my brother. Oh, yeah, I can't talk to you right now. But anyway, the fellow was supposed to come out, the day after. They did come out, but I hadn't gotten anything to let me know what they found.
Okay, I think we do that.
You have it?
But yeah, one of them was out of town. Josh, do you have any, or Hunter, did y'all camera the situation?
Yes, I can have a Hunter, shortly after this meeting, he had the line cambered to determine if the city main had any issues. They found roots in the city main that would cause blockages and collect debris and cause temporary stops. He had the line, he had to go back out there, cut out all the roots out of the main. He also ran the camera down your service line, found roots in your service line on the private side of the service line.
And see, that's the thing, it shouldn't be at the end line, because I've had plumbers to check mine out.
That's just what they found.
There's, excuse me, there's camera, we had a camera and there's markings all in your yard, green paint that's showing you where the problem is. And we have the actual footage on camera. I've had him out there twice. And we have that footage.
Let's hear what he said. Go ahead, Hunter.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. You've had them out there twice and you marked it.
And we have the camera footage and it's clear as day in her yard where he wrote where the issue was twice.
Would y'all make a time that y'all could show her?
Yeah, yes, sir. That whenever she's available.
That
I have a question.
yes.
With that same video, could that be given to a plumber? Of her showing?
Oh, sure. it
Actually,
could.
I've had about 5 or 6 plumbers to come
Well, a
out.
lot of,
and review it,
how many plumbers have?
And
Well, he's just saying, show him the video.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah. If you wanted to get them together.
I don't know.
That's fine.
That's Phillips. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. And Phillips is who did it for us.
Oh, I see.
So,
and that's another thing, for the time being, I'm okay, but I still have neighbors that still have problems. Ms. Washington, she still has problems. And like I said before, she's adjacent to me. The young lady that just moved in next door to me, she's west of me, she has had to call the plumber for issues. So it doesn't just impact my lot, it impacts surrounding area.
okay. If they're got roots and all, that would be.
I have a
something
question.
to get.
I don't, maybe I didn't understand. We have a central line called a main. And then individual homeowners connect to that.
Yes, we connect into that. So we have a small portion.
Once that main cleared out,
We've done our part.
then the city got a clean, open sewer line.
Yeah, that would be correct.
That, how that would
So the service lines are the homeowner's responsibility.
Yes.
That's correct.
We can't do work on. private.
Well,
Private
you
property.
know, secretary, well, it's their.
That's what I
private
mean, just to make sure everybody
I
understands.
agree with
Right,
that.
right.
I'm in total agreement with that. You know,
Okay.
what's on my property till we get to that fence. And from the plumbers I've had out there, they have gone as far as that fence with no obstruction. So
With camera.
now with cameras, when they were riding it out or either looking for debris or whatever to unstop it,
Usually they give you an update as they see, they tell you exactly.
well, as far as them coming out there doing things, had nobody told me anything that I hadn't met with them, I haven't seen them out there on the property, any of it. And that was supposed to be the thing, they were supposed to let me know when they were coming so I could be there, and I haven't been there either time.
Okay, but the work has been done.
Well, how can we go from our, I guess, line all the way up to?
Can't go in.
We're really not supposed to. Really.
It's
I
private,
mean,
they're
I'm
private
just saying,
property.
no, I'm just saying, we can go up to, and
What,
I mean, we go.
that's what I'm asking.
you go to.
That's what I'm saying, to the tap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Like
And
I'm
the
sure.
thing about that too is, they're not riding up to the house, they're riding back towards the fence.
Yes, ma'am, because there's
If
an,
they blow toward the house, it could possibly take something loose or blow stuff out of the toilets and all that kind of stuff, but going back to the main.
Okay, Hunter, go ahead.
yeah, if we blow from the main back to the house, there's a possibility that we blow stuff and debris up into the house, and then we're responsible for what we mess up.
Hunter, is there a blowout? Is there a blowout on her line anywhere?
There's a clean out up by her house, and that's where I paid the plumber to go and camera the line twice. And I paid him to cut the roots out of our portion, and he had to cut some roots out of hers just to get the camera through it on her line. But I do have the footage, and I'm willing, and we'll show it whenever we have to.
You and Josh get a time to show it to her.
Yes, sir.
We had that same thing there at our church, in the old trees. And we had to put an entire line from the house.
I read it all. Yeah, I read
Well, I've actually had a line put in too, from my kitchen to the outside, to the, what they would call a cutout or,
No, I mean, from the cutout to the street, we had to, our church had to do that. So when on Victoria, all the trees, it just,
The old family.
you know,
Property.
just once those roots get in there, you can't get them out.
my biggest concern though, like I told y'all before, I have to have work done. And it would be defeating the purpose to have the work done, and I still have issues. Right now, I'm okay, but I'm not confident that what's going on now is gonna go.
When would you be available to meet with Josh and Hunter? When would you be available?
Whenever they let me know, I'll be there, even if I have to leave work. I just need to know when they
Okay.
coming. I
Give
mean,
that, give Josh your number, Larry.
I have his number. I have his number. The last time me and Josh talked was, on the 20th of
Okay,
March. The last time we talked.
okay.
Well, with the new thing that they've done with cutting out the roots, that may have fixed your problem. You say you're not having problems now.
When I was here in March, everything was running pretty good. But like I said, I don't want to make repairs, wondering if something else is gonna happen. My neighbors are still having problems. And we're right there in that little block, you know, all. So what do you do then?
If they don't fix all those service lines, you're gonna, yeah, no problem. They're gonna keep having problems until they replace the service. House. Yeah.
On them.
But see, now they haven't, done anything with my neighbor. This is just on my lot that they have run the camera.
Just to clarify, Hunter, they cambered the entire main from MLK back, and they cut roots out along the entire main. That-
Correct, correct. But we haven't had any other service.
Not just your line. So
We haven't had any other service calls to go.
When was this?
When was this? I can look back on our work orders and check and see, but it was right after that meeting.
Yeah, when
As
they
soon
show
as-
you the camera thing, they can give you those things.
It's got the date on it.
Okay, Well, y'all make time. Let's go from there. But it's been done.
Yeah.
We got our main,
Yeah, we've cleaned
cleaned
it
out,
out. So yeah,
so it's all.
that's the city.
You still
Okay.
have an issue?
Yes. There's those two streets, Smith Cove and Kennedy. I'm on Smith Cove. And I spoke with him as well, and I've not heard anything, and I don't know if he's done from Martin Luther King back. I don't know. Because I spoke to him, and he indicated he would let me know, but I don't know.
Okay, if you give name and address to them when you look at the camera side. That's what you choose as well.
I can give you the two addresses, and whichever is easier, whichever is easier, just let us know, we can be a thing.
We're gonna be pretty limited on being able to run a camera on private property.
Yeah,
That's-
Oh, no.
Like,
Oh, we understand that.
But I think you probably ought to, from what I hear, you ought
I think
to.
we probably start breaking. Inching across the wall and start running cameras.
just know that, I think we have such a wonderful place that we're able to do these things, like show them where your
Absolutely.
problems are. If you can get your.
And clean out the
Exactly.
bank.
Yeah.
We got to do it.
Yeah, yeah, and that's such, that's their have, what the heck?
Have you called wastewater and initiated a work order
Yes.
directly at the wastewater department? Okay, I just wanted
The
to,
young lady's been really
yes, ma'am,
nice.
good. She normally
I
is.
have not heard anything.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Okay,
And she, she's very polite, very
yes, ma'am,
professional,
she is.
but I still hadn't heard anything.
Yes, ma'am. I just wanted to make sure because that's the proper thing to do so that we can track the
Yes.
work order. All right, good deal. Thank you.
That's supposed to be.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Okay, public hearing. Jason.
You have one setback here, and I'll read the 21-19-11 list first. Good. 704 Cross Street, Howard Alexander, no progress. 701 Deering Street, Jordan Properties LLC, some progress. 601 Ruby Street, Thomas Product Jr., no progress. 1301 Alo Avenue, Samuel Peter and Deborah Coleman, owners requesting a 30-day extension. 1302 Alo, Frederick G. Belford, no progress. 309 South Third Avenue, and Nella W. Ross and Charles Whittington, some progress. 308 South Third Avenue, B&G Investment Properties LLC, some progress. 806 Fifth Avenue, Alexandra Road, 1008 Bio Bend Drive, Deborah S. Joel. 602 Ruby Street, Gilda C. Gunn and Bertie M. Hunger. 1022 Wade Road, Harry Latham. 901 Church Avenue, Barbara Towers, Nicole E.T. and Carolyn Latham. 712 Alo Avenue, Estella Frank. 818 Alo Avenue, Jesse and Charlie Washington Sr. Skip the next one because it's off. 1514 Arnold Avenue, Annie Merle Mayhall. 1513 Arnold Avenue, Essie Bates. 1511 Arnold Avenue, Essie Bates. 308 Glasgow Street, Dolores Witherspoon. 1305 Alo Street, Lemar Smith. Unnumbered Alo Avenue, lot 17 and 18 and 19 of the Fairlawn subdivision. Stout Keysart, care of David Keysart. 810 Pearl Avenue, Columbus McGee, care of Alberta Johnson. 800 Pearl Avenue, Roger Patton and John Harris. Skip the next one because it's taken off. 12 Jackson Street, Robert, Sheena and Alo and Tiffany Dickpen. Skip the next one because it's taken off. 1305 Church Avenue, Willie Eatman. Owners requesting a 30-day extension. 1303 Church Avenue, Marcus Hope. Owners requesting a 30-day extension. 905 South Christmas Avenue, Arsenio Thomas and Venetian Manning. Skip the next two as their takeoff. 223 North Street, Charles A. Paducah Jr., 700 Maple Street, Sharp Avenue Development LLC, 403 North Bio Avenue, Mary Lee W. Pittman, care of Wayne Pittman. Skip the next one. A lot on North Bio, part of Lot 5, Block 6 of Cleveland, John W. and Thomas R. Brown. 912 Chrisman Avenue, Moncarlo Reynolds LLC. 701 Memorial Drive, Houghton Station Holdings LLC. Skip the next two for removal. 1300 West Sunflower Avenue, Joel Trust Partnership. 1211 Highway 8 West, Joel Trust Partnership. 1207 Highway 8 West, Joel Trust Partnership. 1407 College Street, Hugh Franklin. 1220 Deering Street, Christopher McLeese. 804 Deering, 7Y Investments LLC. 601 Deering Street, Brian Davis and Jessica Zott. Is anyone here to answer for any of these? Mr. Trotter, is there any objection from your department on the ones requesting 30-day extensions?
No, sir.
It would be in order for the board to move and adjudicate with the exception of those requesting.
So
30-day
moved.
extensions.
Here, Brian, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Probably been mighty busy.
Water.
Okay, public hearing. What about that, Billy?
I have received no objection to any of it, that variance,
15 feet setback.
it's on 5 feet. It's been advertised in the paper and on the property for 30 days.
Okay. Need a motion. Robert made the motion.
Second.
Ten second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, okay. Okay, we'll go to engineering. Thanks for being here, Josh.
Few things tonight. We're excited to announce we have started on Rosemary Road. So they've moved in. We're starting at the bridge. They're gonna do the drainage items first. So we're gonna put the box over in all the piping. You'll see them started shortly doing all the big piping beside Cannon Motors too. So they have started and we've seen a pretty good crew.
Is that canal gonna be closed out completely?
The one by Cannon?
Yeah.
About 500 or 600 feet up.
Okay,
It's gonna open back up when you get to Charlie Caps.
okay.
We're excited. That one's moving forward. It's long awaited. North Street, we should be pouring and have the traffic shifted to the first phase by the end of the week. They're gonna start on the next two phases to get across. We are gonna be a little slower than we anticipated. We found a box culvert that was installed, I would say in the 40s. That instead of being removed when they widened and expanded the highway, they left. So we found an old DOT box culvert, so we're gonna have to, that's gonna slow us down a good bit. We gotta get it out. It's in line, it's right in the location where the new pipe is across. It'll probably still be another 3 weeks, honestly, until we get completely done crossing. But it is moving along. Sidewalk, the MLK and Court is completed. We will have a punch list. That project came out real nice. Airport Grocery Road, finally weather allowed us to pave, work on the punch list, and we'll finally close that project out. They started on Airport Terminal Road, and making really good progress so far. So they came in, I believe they've only been on site a week, less than 2 weeks. It's already a lot of different utility works. We're excited that one's moving forward. The only other thing, Clint Johnson, if you don't mind, I could address this one. He asked me to handle one item. He was unable to attend tonight. The fence, Delta State University is trying to expand their parking lot.
These items are in that airport portion.
See, I don't know, did y'all send the little drawing?
I don't think I got that in Dropbox,
No,
but
we had
the,
the description, we had the description of the issue.
yes,
They're trying to expand their parking lot to, it's a safety issue. The fence is the city of Cleveland's. It's been requested the city relocate the fence out of the way of your parking lot. We have a quote for approval. If there's any questions?
Clint had submitted a drawing, so there was a drawing of
That's
the
some great project.
location.
There's a safety issue.
Mhm.
They'll stay fine, so they're gonna fix it.
Right.
Right.
Get the cars off
That's right.
the street.
Yeah. We already got bids and everything.
Yes, there's just one quote. It's a pretty.
I
small item.
submitted he got the
Okay, I
quote to
can
me and I uploaded it right before the meeting.
Long-term plan is saying that too, right? We still do gravel.
Yeah,
Oh, I
no,
see it
so
now.
long term is put concrete, so they're building this
It was less
gravel
than
base.
5,000, so
higher
it's
Ain't
one
concrete
much,
quote.
less than
limestone base.
5,000.
Mhm.
We're helping them with the elevations to build it at a right level, so you can come back and add 6 inches of concrete on top of it. And hopefully this work will be included in some expansion plans that they're actively working. on.
Got motion concur.
Second.
Here, second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Oh, okay.
Wait, John. I called Josh last week because I'd gotten a call from somebody that was working with CYSA saying they were having some issues on the soccer field. And I guess you went out there and looked at it.
Yes,
You got a recommendation for a quick fix until we get to budget session?
What's the problem?
He said there's some holes out there that are just some, I guess, wash off and stuff.
yes. So under the soccer field, there's drain lines, there's irrigation lines. They run at different patterns, and there's just some minor settlement throughout the whole. It's not. You're not gonna go quick fix and level up these couples. I mean, if there was a few identified places in the perimeter of a field, maybe, but I think they move them around. I don't think there's just a quick short-term solution. I mean, I think the only way, because we're talking deviations from 1/2 inch to 1 inch in trenches. But it's sporadic throughout the whole complex. It's just routine something. It's gonna take a sand topping. Probably to continue sand topping, which is
For a
part of,
while,
which is, yes,
smooth
which is
out.
part of a turf management program is annual sand topping
Right.
athletic fields anyway.
So at what point would we be able to have some sort of idea what kind of annual maintenance this is gonna take? And how we'll be able to budget for that?
Yeah, we have a rough budget on that. Of what it would take for this initial, which is laser grading with the sand, trying to put about a consistent 1/2 inch of sand on the whole field. You'll be filling the trenches, you'll do it with a scraper. So you'll fill the trenches more where it settles out. We can have that by budget. We have a rough number now.
So right now you said don't do nothing unless we do it right.
I would, and it's gonna make it worse. If you tried to hire whoever to go out there with a dump truck load of sand and to try to just hand level trenches, they're gonna make more problem.
Okay, that's all I wanted.
Next day.
Wanted to hear from him.
It would.
Sure.
You can get those, in the queue about offering some additional work.
We did. I don't have that tonight. I want to get them all in. We'll present it once, but we got some exciting news on what's been coming. So far, I'm still waiting on a couple more before we bring it to the accessory spot. It's coming good. We're supposed to be starting back on our concrete work either this week or next. We're gonna get back on our street and we're gonna contract. We're doing that with 6-month bids through Collins, and then we're bidding out the asphalt portion. We didn't have any asphalt 6-month bid prices. They did sometime this summer.
Right.
Thank y'all.
Dang.
First up, need a motion and seconds to approve your consent agenda.
Ben made the motion, Brian second, all in favor, say aye.
Second up, if you'll look in your Dropbox packet, we've got a revision proposed for your sign ordinance. Now, the best way made to do that, this is the product of a lot of going back and forth between Katie and Billy. The best thing may be for y'all to review that and pass it at your meeting in the middle of the month. It's got a lot of changes in them and they're red line. I can walk you through them, or you can read over them and maybe pass that at your next meeting. Billy, how urgent is it for us?
I mean, I can wait for the next meeting. It's not.
Okay. This is, we're dealing with things like when you regulate something, somebody is going to read your regulation and then they're going to do a go around. Okay, so things that are really within the spirit of your ordinance, but they're not there, like inflatable signs that go on the side of the road, or things that are within 10 feet of the right of way, or these flag signs. And then we've had a good bit of discussion. off and on about what to do about campaign signs, really nothing, because we can't regulate content. But we've got a fix in here
Mhm.
that explains it in a legal way. In other words, as a temporary sign, it needs to be 10 feet away from the curb. It doesn't need to block sight lines of traffic. It does not need to remain up, whether it's a sign for a church social or a sale of a house or a campaign. It doesn't need to remain up for very long after whatever the event was. All of that's in here, but it's pages and pages. I'd probably suggest y'all read through it and look at the red lines.
It's highlighted.
It is.
Yes.
It's all. It is. I didn't print mine on red line, but those are the key high points, and then Katie's got a memo in there for you.
I
So
think the biggest challenge was, I think, did how they did most of the signs that were like close to the street and stop sign.
they really shouldn't be there. They should be back, and they should respect the sight lines and keep it nice. So if that's okay with y'all, I'd like to bring that up with you at the meeting in the middle of the month. And also we have in there, we'll put a few other items. You're looking at probable slight change in your land development ordinance here downtown. But that's coming along, and we'll wait until that's needed if that becomes a reality. The only other attorney thing I have, I put a copy of our audit litigation report in there in the executive session folder. I wouldn't suggest that you do an executive session on there, but that's where it is because that's confidential to you.
Okay. Really try it.
I don't have any things, Danny, pretty much rest of what I have.
Okay, Mayor,
Yeah.
this report. Which they don't saw it. Here they will find new homes on $2.8 million. Commercial. New commercial $5 million.
I got 2 homes around me.
But there are a lot of other things, a lot of repairs and additions
It's,
going on, so it's not just,
yeah,
I think you probably want a few communities that brand new roofs.
we, Michelle and I had this conversation today about how smooth and fluid our department head meeting going on. What was your last comment in your report this morning? Yeah, and it's because of a lot of things that we just need to keep that spirit going, because it's a lot of big time stuff going on.
It's $1 million, so this year,
Yeah,
2.5 million commercial additions,
right. And you can tell by
$1 million.
all the names called out, checking, y'all are taking care of checking property. That's really not the most popular thing in the world you can do.
That's jobs, impacts.
Can you strive to do that? Okay, any questions of Billy? Okay, Anna?
Anna is not with us tonight.
Okay.
She had her report in Dropbox, but she didn't have anything additional.
Y'all-
You got a lot of stuff going on.
She has
She
100
does.
They have 100 kids in that playground, right? And they have things, book readings and just, they have things all the time.
And just allow me to go home and do it, you know, my dad made it here. She had a chance to
Yeah.
go down, visit Asa and get it all of them down there. I just want to say too that, you know, I didn't know someone's going to have it. Not only nice playground.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're going to put she got so much going on, we got to put a SRO officer down there,
Okay.
like a school.
Well,
They need to put an ATM.
I'm telling you.
okay,
People get some gas.
I'm telling you, she's collecting, she's selling stuff.
okay, Dudley, as we all know, had his surgery and did
Mhm.
very well with it, but, Lyle, will you do the report tonight or?
The only thing additional to his report that he had was to request approval of the purchase of the duty weapon for retired officer Ronnie Livingston.
So,
Second,
Robert made both, give a second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
hey, I do have one thing to address with Rob, and I'll do address with Douglas, we'll be on the phone, hopefully with him. And Mr. Campbell, I can make a conference with, Captain. concern is, Michelle, this is for you as well. These block parties.
Mhm.
Is there a form that they use to fill out for block parties?
Yes, sir.
And I guess my next question is that when they have these block parties, if we can do some type of communication, because what is happening is that all of that war is getting on calls from those people. And we don't have a clue, you don't have a clue about what's going on.
Explain to me what you're talking about.
Right, what is,
Right. Yeah, when you have, that's right, man, it's good over on the side. That was a big block party this past week, and I think Mr. Campbell has down history.
Somebody like.
You have an ordinance on the books that allows somebody to come in and pick an application to have a block party.
Mhm.
Just look on your mini code.
Well,
All right, so
If they, I knew about my neighborhood, I mean, they let me know, matter of fact, Michelle and I were always in contact
Right.
about it, and they even asked me to follow up with it.
right,
So, I was very familiar about the one in my neighborhood.
And he didn't know, that's what I'm saying.
are they out on the street?
so if you don't mind, real quick, I can just cover how a block party works. So if a citizen wants to have a block party, they have to submit an application. And part of that application process is they have to get the signatures of every resident that lives on that street. Okay. And so when the request is made, that request goes to the departments that would be affected by a block party. And that's going to cover your emergency responders, your police department, your fire department, and then public works. Because public works is the department responsible for putting out the barricades for the block party. And then it comes to me as the last signer, because I issue the permit for the block party. Once the permit is issued, part of that permit says that the citizen that has requested the permit, it has a phone number on there for public works, that if the barricades are not out by a certain time, the day of the event, that they call the number for a number for public works to request the barricades be put out. Now, it can only be, there's a certain number of hours that a block party can take place. It cannot be like through the night. It's like day hours. They cannot put anything in the street. Sure. That's right. There is a time limit for it can't be night, evening hours. It's day hours. Can't remember the cutoff for the block party, but I'll get that and I'll email it to you. They cannot put anything in the street. Everything has to be in the yards only. The purpose of the barricades is just so people can go from yard to yard safely during the event. The reason nothing can be placed in the street is in case emergency responders have to respond to some event that occurs on the street. All that'll take place is they move the barricade and they can respond safely and efficiently without having tables or jump houses or anything blocking the street. But
Have any of those?
Yeah, I want to make one comment. Since this block party happened on Pearl Street Saturday night, there was a block party that started about 7 o'clock, and the music got real loud. I mean, it got real loud, and the party lasted till after 12 o'clock. Music real loud. So what I did, I called the police department and asked them to just ask the people to cut the music down so we could sleep. And the receptionist told me, so I'm sorry, it says they're having a block party, and you're gonna hear that for a minute. It wasn't so much about the party, but the way the receptionist said that you're gonna have to deal with that for a minute. It was a very negative, derogatory statement that she said. And I was very concerned about that, about the block party, the beginning time and the ending time. If it started at 7 o'clock, surely by 12, that block party should be over.
You're right.
Let's back up. I
You're-
thought you said they just during the day.
That, well, it should not be from 7 to midnight. That should not be the time for a block party. They don't last that long, so,
So that was.
Because
like-
ours
not
is
permitted.
around-
they're not permitted to last that long.
Yeah, they violate.
That's right.
Because ours ended
Police
around
can-
4 o'clock.
That's right.
Oh,
I
We
think,
started around
let me,
11 to 4, it's about
Steve-O, is
4
it 6 PM? Do you remember?
Trying to
Yes,
look at
ma'am, I
it.
think it is 6.
6 PM.
That'd
It's,
be over by
I
6.
believe it's 6 PM is the ending time for a block party. They're not supposed to last past 6 PM, if I remember correctly.
And another thing too, the same people are the one that have the block party here so often, maybe once a month.
We don't, do they have a
Here it is.
do they have city barricades up for their block
They
party?
have a orange ribbon around.
That's not a
not
city
us. That's not
permitted block party.
That one wasn't through us.
They got a ribbon now, the ribbon up now.
So it's the.
Yeah, it's 9 AM to 6 PM.
That's right.
And look, you can pull up your muni code on this and you can just in the search thing, put block party, you can pull it up. It's 58-87 and
You go down there, you'll see it up
oh,
now.
yes.
That, so if you call like that, again, that was not a city permitted block party. I think we've had 2 permitted block parties this year.
Okay. And they were during the day.
Yes, sir.
That was a
So,
party.
so Rob.
Yeah.
When we get calls and you can talk to your folks and answer the phone, that we don't have anything that city sanctions at night. So, as far as we're concerned, right.
If they don't have a permit,
But you said the police department's notified.
they do receive a copy of the permit.
When it's a permit.
That's right.
Sound like this, because
That was
A party.
That wasn't
Yeah,
just a party. That was a party.
Mhm.
Is there some type of little stick or some or sign or something?
They receive a permit and they're supposed to attach it to the barricade. The barricades that Public Works
Solve the
puts
problem.
out, they attach it to the
we talk
barricade.
about 2 different things.
That's right. This is not, the event that you're talking about was not a city permitted block
Yeah, it
party.
should have been closed down.
And the police department has the authority to stop any unpermitted event that is taking place, whether it's a block party or just an event, because we do issue permits for special events that come through the special events committee. Permits are issued for those as well.
But it's, they clear, definitely said that, said they want, this going to go on for a minute. I called it 8:52 and said, this is going to go on for a minute because they having a block party.
And that,
And boom.
I think Rob can handle that.
yes, sir.
Handle
Saturday?
Saturday.
night at 8:52.
Yeah.
Would you follow back up with me,
8:52.
please? Thank you.
You got it.
Question, is it a problem, since we're talking about block parties in our ward? Is it possible to add something in there where that older person would have to sign on, it, then we would know? Is that difficult, since we're having to get signatures from the neighborhood, from the people on the street? Is it difficult just to add that to the form, then we would know?
Problem. That puts you outside the role of the legislative, which is what an alderman is, and it makes you in the executive branch, and you've got to pass the
Okay.
ordinance and let the executive branch
Okay.
handle it.
Okay. Yeah, I
But
was just asking.
giving you notice is a good thing. And that would be real good practice to say, hey, because your phone's gonna ring, being ahead of it, sending a copy to that. to the alderman would be-
So,
Didn't-
I'm just trying to say, if we would know, then if we get a call, then we
Know
could
what's
say
going
that
on.
this was sanctioned or it wasn't sanctioned, because now we know this from 9 AM to 6 PM and anything after 6 PM is not sanctioned by the board.
That's correct.
You take
You
a
can have at one
situation
point-
with Mr. Gamble, if he gets a call at 8 o'clock at night about a block party, and he's gotten a notice of a block party, he already knows that they're late.
Right.
Yeah, that would help.
You can
Well,
have a
public work- I'm
notification
sorry.
System in place where somebody could join the text group and it would send out notification from the city periodically.
Yes, we have text my gov.
Is that still?
Yes,
and
we,
running?
we do.
Because I've not gotten anything from them in quite a while,
Well, we use it primarily for like,
emergencies or
yes, boil water notices, just,
luckily nothing lately.
yes, knock on wood. Thanks, Brian, for bringing it up.
Yeah, well, we can all get invitations to the party.
There you go.
We'll move on here. Greg Jackson,
Oh, anything, Mr. Archon?
questions of Greg? Okay, Jamie, Grant,
Good evening. Y'all have my monthly report. I did want to mention, I meant to mention it this morning. I think it might be time for us to have another sit down, maybe with the chief and somebody else, talk about citations for our ACOs to be able to write citations. That never went anywhere when we had that last meeting. And I know Mr. Sanders knows we have a couple of repeat offenders that I think citations might make a point. We've got people that are getting dogs, then they surrender them because they're not in compliance, and they just get dogs again the next week. We've had somebody surrender 8 dogs from the same house in 1 month and just get more dogs. They let their dogs run loose. The ACOs have to go out after hours to chase them, get overtime, cost the city money. So I really think if they were able to have citations where they could financially put a slap on the wrist, that might make a point. Because it's the same houses over and over, and it's all over town.
Well, we met, my recommendation was to have a police officer come write the citation. Just because, you run into a situation where you're going.
Yeah, and
That was the
sometimes we
smoothest,
can get
that
an
was where
officer.
Buster's comfort level was. Now, we've never talked about it with Dutch. And
Yeah.
so,
What would be the citation?
don't you,
Different cities have different amounts for what the ordinance what they're breaking.
we can write tickets.
are they pit bull? Or just?
Dog.
Dogs. They're not-
Yeah, dogs at large, not compliance with the pit bull ordinance, inadequate housing, things like that. It's the same people over and over. We don't want to go chasing people down for little stuff, but it's the same people over and over, making the ACOs go out after hours, bothering their neighbors. They get rid of the dog, then they get another dog the next week.
There's
We need a motion for this?
Brian.
Huh?
There's various
There's-
ordinances.
The
Yes.
CPD already can go and write the citation.
Well, if we don't need a motion, let's move on.
We don't have an actual amount for each type of issue. So I thought I would just make something up and we could discuss it later, just of the different, so we have a specific breakdown for what they're not in compliance with, so they don't argue it. But it's just, they're costing the city a lot of overtime with all the ACOs having to go out all the time.
Jamie, we'll get together with you and we'll get with Rob and Dudley and all work this out.
But other than that, it's busy, but it's the summertime. It's always busy. It's the worst May we've ever had, but apparently that's nationwide. It's a nationwide problem right now in animal shelters. So we're not special in that regard.
Thank you, David.
Thank you. All right, Hunter,
Y'all have my monthly report, but if y'all have anything, I don't have anything.
questions of Hunter? Okay, Steve-O?
Afternoon, everybody. It was brought to my attention that the ordinance is no smoke on city property.
Zoned out.
And we look downtown for no smoking. You there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
We look downtown for no smoking signs, and I was just wondering if we need to put no smoking signs
No
up
smoking
downtown,
signs
or
downtown on walking
how do
trail.
we need to handle this?
Yeah, they've been removed, and we need to put them back in the parks and all. I think it needs to be included with vaping and all that type of thing too.
And we verified there is an
Yes, sir.
It needs
ordinance.
a little tweak to it, but you did this in 2011 in response to like some kind of Blue Cross grant. But yes, you can't smoke on the walking trail. You can't smoke at the ballpark. You can't smoke in any municipal building. You can't smoke out on the public sidewalk because that's city property. So, well, we need to tweak that. Smoking anything.
It actually says e-cigarettes, tobacco products, smokers.
Okay.
And on the side of the have something to say if you caught, if there's gonna be that particular fine?
Oh, I gave you a copy of it. It's
I
got
know, but
five.
I'm just saying, can we put that on the sign? No smoking, fine will be whatever. They just need to know if you caught, the bottom line, it is what it is.
Yes, sir.
Over near East Side.
Yeah, you
Park,
break it up a little bit, but I can hear you.
Over near East Side Park.
Yes, sir.
Where the basketball court is.
Yeah.
If you look there and see if we can put some no parking signs there, we're gonna have to open that gate up. Make it
Yes.
inside, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Where that street is not so congested because it's a problem with
$150 fine.
And one other thing, on Pearl Street and 800 block, no 18 wheelers.
That road, are they doing it?
They doing it,
Got you, Mr. Ted.
no 18 wheelers. I don't see the sign right in the 800
Are they
block.
parking or are they driving up and down?
They parking,
Parking.
they parking. I don't want to call the house out, but they
Yeah.
parking.
Rob, you catch that? Okay,
I have one thing.
okay.
Who, and I don't know who to answer this question to. Who's responsible for Highway 8 and 61 intersection? Is that an MDOT? Are they supposed to maintain the grass and stuff in? I mean,
No,
it's
sir.
getting nasty looking in that intersection. I don't know why.
We usually go up there and we'll sweep it probably once a month, pick all the grass up and get all the gravel and everything out. I don't know if they've been up there this month yet or not, but I can have them do that.
Yeah, but I thought it was MDOT's
It is MDOT, but
responsibility.
we do it for them. So we do
Okay.
a lot of things for a lot.
Yeah.
We hit all the main ones.
Bless their heart.
Yeah, they've been very good. Okay, Steve, anything else? Any
No,
questions?
sir.
Okay, and Clint's not.
Clint is not with
Yeah,
us.
we already took care of his business.
Oh, yeah, we have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mayor, real quick on that, I draw everybody's attention, Mr. Wilkins. 60% design.
Yeah, I saw that.
Really excited. And, so, long term, depends on how much money we get, whether we can increase the sign. But, you know, it's really exciting. Everything out there.
Last Friday afternoon, so they had a really outstanding graduation out there, huge crowd, and there's a lot of activity out there for it. It's really going good in John. Very exciting. Okay, Jason?
The only thing I have outside of my report, I do have it on my report. So next week, June 15th through the 18th, we'll be hosting 3 Dizzy Dean state tournaments, 6 and under boys, 7 and under boys, and 12 and under girls. Went to the Dizzy Dean meeting on Saturday. So we should have 28 teams in town that weekend. Some of them are close enough, they'll drive back and forth each day, but so we do have towns from like West Point, Columbus, Louisville, South Haven, Senatobia, a lot of other towns from, they should be staying in town that weekend.
Would you give a little more report on, you're having some soccer and
Yeah, we did. We tried an adult soccer league this year. Only had enough people sign up for 2 teams. So we played that on Sundays out at Fiducia Park. That should be finishing up in June. We are starting a pickleball league, an actual league where you have to register a monthly due. We have 6 courts now set up inside the gym. We moved it away from the armory so we can better control that as well. So we started signups of the pickleball league Friday. So we should have a better number on how many people sign up for that as well.
Jason, also, would you get with Captain there and let him know about these dates? He's gonna be in town, so it's such a large crowd, so you know.
Did you say the chamber?
No, the dates of notify the police department, so therefore they'll be on notice.
I have not. I will definitely do that. Like I said, I found that out Saturday, but I will get in touch with the police department and let them know to have some police presence out there. Games are scheduled to usually start sometime around lunchtime, and we're trying to have all games done by 8 o'clock at night. So shouldn't be out there too late.
Did we ever come over a time ever about that fence closing over the basketball field? I did ride by there. We have signs that are at the park that say the park closes at 9 o'clock. So they're not leaving at 9 o'clock. I mean, I guess I would encourage 12 o'clock, you said?
Yes, sir.
How can they see the play out there? It should be pretty dark, isn't it, or not?
Well, you know, a lot of times
Mhm.
Like I said, I don't think we have the manpower to lock it and unlock it unless the police department wants to try to lock and unlock the gym. I'm sorry, the basketball courts at like 9 o'clock at night. We can get with them and see if they can get like a lock and key.
We need to let.
You probably better pass that.
We need.
I mean, hey, it's wonderful service to.
Police does cemetery.
Somebody jumps on you.
Or.
Ain't nobody.
Yeah. No, they ain't gonna jump on you. You are Rob, but.
They hit you from behind. Front page, I promise. They hit you from behind.
Okay. All right. Jason, thank you for all the good stuff. Tell them quickly about what you're doing with the kids on their report card. I thought.
Yeah, we are, we're going to promote this, probably in the next week. So all kids who had straight A's on their report card, we're going to get them to come up to the park commission and bring their report card, and they're going to be put in for a drawing to get a free registration for any sport. And what we talked about this morning, and we're either going to give them like a $20 to $30 tab at the concession stand, or try to get a sponsor, maybe Walmart, Premier Sports, somewhere in town that can sponsor like a $25, $30 gift card as well.
The ice cream shop would be good.
And we're going to try to do that every 9 weeks.
Yeah, the kids don't care if their parents are paying their fee.
Exactly.
They try hard if they know they got a $25 card at the ice cream shop.
Right, absolutely.
So I thought that was a unique idea y'all came up with.
So we should be promoting that next week.
Right.
Good job.
Yeah.
That was great.
Okay, other questions? Not Michelle?
The only thing I have tonight is I need to request permission to rescind a duplicate motion. The change order on the Fayette Davis stormwater pumping station, change order number 1 was submitted twice. The first one, the second one is the correct amount. So we need to rescind the first one from the January 9th meeting.
I'll make a motion.
Gary made a motion, Brian second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
And that's all I have, Mayor.
Okay.
Sure. No, sir. We haven't. No, sir. It's not no, sir. It's not so far it is not
I thought they changed it. They didn't change it last year.
Mm-mm. Right, it's federal, but not a
Okay.
state holiday. Not yet.
All right, Helen?
The first thing I've got is an employee action recommendation, meeting approval.
Motion. Brian, all in favor, say aye.
The second thing, as you'll see in there, we need approval for our travel policy. We've had this travel policy since 2017. The only thing we've had to do is one revision. You'll see that revision highlighted. We need approval to.
Just right. Yeah. Animal shelter.
So moved.
Okay, Ted. Robert, all in favor, say aye.
No.
Robert?
Yeah, that's all right. I want to tell you, Josh, thank you all for what you're doing. Police department, we got a tough summer in front of us, but we're doing a good job, man.
Yeah, I know that. I know every day.
Well, it's good here, but it's a day.
Right.
I'm good.
You got my picture.
Oh, I do. It's in Dropbox.
I know
It's, oh, you want me to pull it up?
Yeah, so today I was reminded of something. I saw this several
I'm
weeks
not
ago.
doing Dropbox on here.
And I went to over there around the warehouse to eat lunch today. And you cannot find a parking place. I mean, and that's a great problem. But, and it's not just there, anywhere else that we've got people that are habitually abusing parking spaces. There are 3 broken down pickups that have been in that parking lot for at least 3 months.
Behind Hey Joe's. and
Yes.
way back.
It's gonna take me a minute because I'm not logged in.
And
the
I sent her a
Dropbox.
picture of it.
It's in Dropbox. They've all got it.
Okay.
I'm not
never
logged
mind.
in
Try to have it.
Dropbox.
That's key. Write it down. Okay.
They got, I think it used to be Baker Hughes, maybe. It used to be the type trucks that went around marking, yeah, anyway, one of them's got a flat, another one is wrecked. And the other one looks like it's not fit to be driven. And it's been, they're taking up 4 parking spaces. And I just wonder how many more of that kind of stuff we got around town.
Is this on the city parking?
It's in
lot?
the,
Yes, yeah, that is a city parking lot. The city built everything over there from Hey Joe's all the way behind the warehouse.
this is in city clerk section of Dropbox, if you're looking at it.
And to add to that, Mr. Trout's been really helpful. There's a big split parking over there in that city-owned parking space along the aisle.
We've addressed it over and over, and I think Steve and I got together and
That guy kept parking the green truck there. Over there.
about recycling.
Yeah. Y'all own it. I just wondered if you'd stop doing it.
Yeah, well, I talked with Dudley and Steve and we all made contact and talked to them and, you know, I think that's something.
That's all I had.
No, sir, I'm good. I just want to reiterate, one of the things that Robert said, particularly looking at those statistics on the police report. A lot of the disturbances, the calls have gone down. I appreciate the work you got to do.
I really don't have anything except I feel just like y'all were saying, all the good work we get. It's showing up and we know we got budget time coming up and we got a lot of things that we got. Looking at. Echo turf and some of these infield stuff may get prices, but a lot of things we depend on grants for and that type of thing. So we're very conscious about getting things in front of place, but that's how we make it. And we get a lot. I spoke last Saturday morning, statewide exchange for this year. So almost every week we're having these different groups coming and talk. We have hotels and the restaurants and all facilitate this. Once we get people from the place and they like what they see, we get a lot of return business. I think everybody deserves a lot of credit for that. Let's keep working hard.
Bye.
Something.
I'm decided on this thing. I'm gonna get him.